Hello everybody, thanks for having me. Creativity and glass ceilings. Is there a connection? I don't think so. Accounts maybe, but not creativity. Well, if there is, why not use it to reflect on yourself? True, it's a cliche, but then again, cliches are received wisdom, aren't they? Why should these kinds of cliches be blocks at all? Also, according to me, gender should mostly be in the bedroom. I've been through this rite of passage too, scrambled for admission, college, etc. And when I chose architecture, the usual comments came flowing. Well-meaning uncles saying, oh, she can draw so she can work from home, stereotyping the profession and women. And I had many interests when I grew up, you know, the typical South Indian family, music, and that was mandatory. And then there was other skills which were thrust upon me. And this is my studio now. I still use a parallel, which many of you may have forgotten. This is my tailoring studio. I always made my own clothes. The sewing machine, that icon of domesticity, was always in my study. Hanging around my mother, I picked up the basics. Although it was quite plebeian those days, fortunately, I didn't run away from it. Is there anything common between this housewife's hobby and architecture? Without my realizing it, this became a stepping stone for me. Since I knew fabric, understanding materials came easy to me. I understood crafts, so I understood history. I understood the human form, so I understood development of surfaces. I learned that there was a relationship between material and cuts. Hand-woven fabric and natural fibers needed to be conserved because it was hard work. Hence, the traditional straight cuts of a Kalidar Lucknow kurta, which you can see on the left here. Just like in architecture, one learns to respect material. The structural design of clothes. Just like our buildings, clothes have stress and strain points too. Wear and tear is caused by moving arms and legs. So this reinforced by the special fabric that you can see, the blue fabric under the armhole and on the slits on the sides of your kurta, it's design, it's the details. Quilting, it's an age-old craft. Patchwork quilt of a country farmhouse or a kantha of West Bengal. It is essentially repurposing fabric. Similarly, whenever there's marble, there's mosaic. Whether it's a terrazzo in Italy or it's in situ mosaic in your DDA housing colony flat from Rajasthan. I have a confession. I don't use AutoCAD. As in tailoring, drawing, and dimensioning, it's the same. Sizing and proportion is important for decision-making in design. This is one of the projects that we did for a school with a very tight budget. They call it the Art Village. I use this magic tool called WhatsApp. Every day the contractor would send me pictures, I would mark them and send them back. And the tight budget meant simple forms, basic trusses, and no consultants. Responding to the sloping wooded side, we had open classrooms in courtyards under existing trees. These spaces facilitated learning under nature, and nature was what was the teacher. We salvaged doors and windows from houses lost to the fast developing neighborhoods of Bangalore. The second project, this is also a science center for the same school, afforded us a comfortable budget. So we could use granite as a device to frame the building behind and to frame the valley beyond. Now we could use RCC as a structural system, and the rectilinear forms frame the organic forms of the trees and the view of the lake behind. And the water body as you enter serves as a catchment for the surface runoff water. The structure skates the contour of the earth, and in doing so creates classrooms in the kunds that you can see. Unlike most buildings here, we had a ceiling as the plane of reference for the changing volumes by the flooring dipping down along the contours. The sequence of covered and uncovered spaces created a certain rhythm of dark and lit spaces. Changing floor patterns were used, but the color palette and the materials were the same. I spoke about stress and strain points in an outfit, but this requires you to understand material. And as in architecture too, for this house, we had to develop customized details for metal hinges and locks. And made us understand MS a lot more better. A home should fit you like a bespoke garment, tailored just for you. A perfect fit is a result of thoughtful design. It should look effortless. A home brings together your body, character, and aspirations, just like it would for your favorite outfit. A clubhouse that we did for a residential complex required us to have an insight into the collective aspirations of a lot of people. It's neither what you like nor what the client likes. It's just what the buyer would possibly buy. Number crunching happened in the background in all those big towers, as you can see, but we had therefore some space to indulge ourselves and the client in the clubhouse. So my architecture is rooted in climate and context, exactly like my clothes. I draw everywhere and everything I see, which informs all the designs I do. Instead of CAD, my tool of choice is PAD, pencil-aided design. Whenever you draw with a pencil, you can keep pace with your ideas, but with a computer, you're always playing catch-up with a mouse. Before you've thought it out, the digital line speeds past you. I get inspired by the everyday woman who I work with at Venkatramanan Associates, for whom stereotypes just don't matter. Whether work or home, they understand people. When there is a job to be done, they just embrace it and excel. Thank you.